My parents divorced when I was 5, and my dad moved away, and I never saw my dad that much. And when I was in 3rd grade, my dad accepted Christ, and I decided to, because him and my brother were going to get baptized, I decided to walk down the aisle and get baptized, and I didn't know what it was about.
6th grade, I was like cussing and stuff. I just like trying to like fit in with the other group and stuff. So that's basically when my life was like downhill with Christ, because I didn't really care about it then too.
I grew up in the church, and I was always expected to do the right thing and act a certain way. And I learned all the Bible stories, and I learned what they were supposed to mean, but I never really learned what they meant to me.
When I was 5 years old, my sister died, and so that was kind of eye-opening for me. And I asked questions to my family about what would have happened if she wasn't a Christian, because I knew she was a very strong Christian.
I thought I was a Christian. I went through every day thinking I was a Christian. Do things wrong every day, I had no conscience about it. And then one day I was texting one of my buddies and I said, yeah, I remember I used to do that back when I was a Christian. And I kind of stopped for a second, and that hit me pretty hard, and my grades dropped. My friends didn't mean anything to me. Nothing mattered.
Even in elementary school, I was a huge bully. I bullied every kid, no matter what the size, because I was always bigger. I cussed all the time. I mean, it was just a game for me. And I don't know, I never really thought about anything except getting what I wanted.
I was doing things I shouldn't have done and getting into things that no person needs to be in, just in bad stuff, basically. For about 4 years, I claimed that I was Christian, and I really wasn't. I went to church every now and then, but I just went. I didn't really get anything out of it.
My grandfather probably sparked my interest. He spends all day in the Bible and just watching him and observing him.
One night I asked my mom a couple questions, and it ended up that I really wanted to accept God, and it just kind of clicked in my brain, and my mom prayed with me that night.
When I was in 7th grade, I accepted Christ. At beach camp, I felt God there. I felt His presence there, and I felt that I wasn't alone in the world anymore. I just felt Him there, and that was what influenced me or encouraged me to pray and ask Christ into my life.
What influenced me to come back to Christ mostly was beach camp after freshman year and after sophomore year. It's just a really good time. It's a week of just spending every single moment with another Christian, with God, and it helped a lot to bring my life back to Christ.
We went to go see the movie How to Save a Life, and it really impacted me because there are things in there that are at my school today, and it made me realize I don't want to be in that kind of stuff, and I wanted to separate myself from those things. For a few years after that, I knew I was a Christian. I just never pursued a relationship. I read the Bible every now and then, but I was still kind of trying to live on my own at the same time. And
now that I'm a Christian, I can really understand what God's will is for my life.
I was at a winter camp where we had that one speaker who really challenged us. And I looked at my life and a lot of the stuff I was doing, but just excusing because I was a Christian. And I kind of decided to dedicate my life to Christ for real.
Well, I just see how God works in my life every day, and I just see how much better off I am emotionally and spiritually.
Before Southcliff, we had always gone to different churches, and I saw my brother get baptized in another church, but I never really got connected until basically 8th grade. After 8th grade, I was forced to go on a mission trip because of my mom, and my brother was going, and it was a great experience. After that, I've been coming on Wednesdays, I come Sundays, I know mostly everyone here, and it's just been a huge reason as to why I know Christ.
There are some of my friends that have been getting into stuff like that, and I help them through it, and I've told them about God, but it's kind of like they pushed it away.
So I have a father that I can depend on, and I can count on. He'll never let me down. He's always there watching me and taking care of me every second of every day. And it's just really cool to know that like I can pray to God and He's going to be there for me, give me the right thing to say, or help me make the right decision.
All the people here have really helped me, and they've just been there for me and helped me realize that God's going to be there for me in my time of need.
You need to be able to look at yourself and ask God for forgiveness for all your sins, and you need to ask Jesus to enter your heart so that He can work through you to reach other people, and He can work through your life.
A few years later, I recommitted myself to Christ, and ever since then, I've just been trying to know God and live for God and do what He asks for me and do what He's called for me to do in my life.